Hello and welcome to goalnews.org Video Edition, April 1st, 2011. My name is Jim Wallace, Executive Director of Gun Owners Action League. Let's get right to the news. The Youth Hunting Bill, House 2400 Goals Bill, filed by Representative Ann Goby. We're trying to get that moving a little bit, and Representative Ann Goby is actually sponsoring a joint letter to the Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security in an attempt to dislodge the bill and get the committee to move it forward. Just for the viewers' reminder, the bill does two basic things. It removes the fees for firearms identification cards for anybody under 18, and it also allows people to file their paperwork, their application for an FID card at age 14. Currently, under the law, you are required to have an FID card at age 15 to hunt, but you cannot apply right now until you're 15. So all we're doing is trying to back that up a year for the application process so that folks, youngsters don't miss a whole hunting season when they're trying to apply. If you would like to call your legislature, again, the deadline is actually Friday at 5 o'clock. Please call your legislator, ask him to sign on to Ann Goby's letter for this. Also, a bunch of pepper spray bills. There's at least 5 that we know of this year that have been filed by legislators from quite a variety of people all across the state, both Republicans and Democrats, and it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. Last session, we actually had a fairly decent bill come out of committee for the first time. It never really went anywhere, but we still remain, Massachusetts still remains the only state in the nation that licenses pepper spray, and it is really a joke because especially for non-residents in Massachusetts, the only way to carry pepper spray legally, because it's defined as ammunition, is to get a non-resident license to carry a handgun, which will cost you $100 a year. That's just simply ridiculous. Also, one of the bills you really need to be aware of, goal members and gun owners, is House 639, was filed by Antonio Cabral, and the title is very misleading because it's called an act relative to the licensing of certain automatic weapons. And truly, it has nothing to do with that, because anybody who reads the title would logically consider that it has something to do with machine guns, and it simply doesn't. What it actually does is get rid of a few exemptions in the so-called assault weapons ban here in Massachusetts. And one of those is a very long list of guns that used to be in the federal law. It's called Appendix A. And it was a very long list, I think over 600 guns that could not be considered assault weapons. Back in 2004, when the federal law was sunsetting, the Massachusetts law was going to stay in place. So Gun Owners Action League makes sure that we kept those exemptions permanently attached to our laws. But here, Representative Cabral is actually trying to do away with those exemptions and basically also do away with the exemption from the assault weapons law that would exempt any manual action like pumps, bolt levers, lever actions, that kind of thing. Very suspicious bill. The other thing it also does is, it's really interesting that guns on that list, and if you can read them here, these are just a few, like the Henry Trapper, the Browning A-Bolt, the Onshoot 1700, the Remington 700. These are the guns that are on the exempted list, which the representative is trying to do away with. And we should be very careful about what's happening here. As far as other legislation, if you'd like to track legislation important to you, you can go to goal.org/legislativechart.html and keep track of all the legislation that we're watching for you. Also, big news, Goal's annual banquet, June 18th, 2011. We just found out just the other day that Wayne LaPierre from the National Rifle Association is going to appear at our banquet, along with Cam Edwards from NRA News. For more details on tickets for that event, you can go to goalevents.org, and tickets are on sale now. Also, Goal is hosting a Legislators' Day at the Range on May 20th, 2011, with the help of North Leominster Sportsman's Club, and it's hosted by Senator Jen Flanagan, and we're very happy to do that. This is the 3rd year in a row that we've done this. And for those of you who like to trap shoot, there's a Goal Cup match coming up April 16th at the Southborough Rod and Gun Club, and thanks to them for hosting it. If you'd like more information, again, you can go to goalevents.org and sign up for that, or you can sign up the same day at the Southborough Rod and Gun Club. Goal's annual raffle's happening still. If you'd like to buy a raffle ticket or get some Goal gear, you can go to shop.goal.org and help us out a little bit. And we still have a week or so left in the NRA Board of Elections, the NRA Board of Directors elections, which I'm on the ballot for and very pleased with that. So if you could help me out, Go to jimwallace.org to find out more information about that. And also, speaking of the NRA main event, the annual event, is actually happening fairly close this year. It's down in Pittsburgh, April 29th through May 1st of 2011. And I urge everybody that's a gun owner, if you've never been, if you have the means, please find a way to get down to one of these things. With 70,000 gun owners in one weekend come through this event. So it is really something to take in. And that wraps it up for goldnews.org, video edition, April 1st, 2011.